Alright, well, welcome to the UKOSF Southern Time Trial Finals video briefing. We will try and run through everything as quickly as possible. There's Scott and myself. So, first of all, when you arrive, you will be signed in at the car park. So there'll be someone on the gate just to take your details. Please make sure you've signed your online waiver. You will not be allowed in without your online waiver. They will sign you in and also ensure you arrive at your assigned arrival time, which is 30 minutes before. If you are too early, again, you will be asked to go because we have a strict limit on site. So first, I'm just going to go through.
I was going to say, with that, guys, what you've got is as you come out, if you just follow the road up, the directions are on the athlete guide, and you head up the hill. There's a car park just as you go over the bridge. There's also, if you go slightly further up, there are toilets there. Okay, so don't start coming in trying to use toilets because it will cause, queues for people that have got to come in for their entry time and their race. So yeah, you can work your way just up there. There's public toilets.
Yeah, the maps on the race.
And good place to warm up as well. Very good place to warm up. Country park.
So we're going to quickly go through this. It's super important. Obviously, if you've got COVID-19 symptoms, we're told to self-isolate, do not come. If you are in a tier 3 location, Liverpool for example, and potentially other areas if they're announced, do not come. Please contact us if that affects you. No spectators are allowed, unfortunately. We'd love to have you here, but you can't come. Even like, for example, a younger sibling for a junior athlete. One parent and guardian only, and they'll be there to accompany their child around the course.
And there is no space as well. There is absolutely no space, not for one-offs, anything.
Yeah, so we would hate to do it, but we're going to have to be tough and say you can't come in. Obviously, just please avoid kind of getting too close while you're here. Do bring a face covering, a buff or a mask, and where appropriate, please use that. And then there's no bag drop. Be ready to race. There'll be a key drop at the start. But other than that, no bag drop or anything like that. Hand sanitizer must be used before and after. We'll show you that. And unfortunately, we'd love to again see every athlete spectating. But once you finish your time trial, you will have to leave straight away after your time trial. That's to keep the numbers strictly on site.
And again, that is one that we're going to be quite pushy on. It will be, a bit of a kick out the door.
Even if you're in a podium position, but there will be online results on Facebook. So if you're in a podium position, do monitor that because we want you to come back here for the podium if you are on the podium. Junior athletes, because of the smaller numbers, if you're in a podium position, you won't need to leave. And there's no food or drink on site. You won't really need to take anything on, but just make sure you bring water and things like that. Just
with that in mind, don't take any kit. There's no need. Look, the parking's there. The start line is about 100 metres that way, if that. So don't take any kit. You don't need to. You don't really need to. Coats, jackets, gloves. Don't need to take anything that way. There's no need.
Cool. Right, we're going to go quickly to the warm-up area. You've only got 30 minutes, so please warm up before. But you'll have a small area if you need to here as well.
So as you come up the path, work your way up to the top, just be conscious that you will go over 3 lanes. Okay, so just have a little look across, and please do not break the tape. It's a bit of a pain. We have actually thought about that, sprayed some little lines, but yeah, just be cautious of other runners. You're more than welcome to walk around the course, as long as you're not walking around in groups, but do keep off the course, unless you're crossing the course.
Alright, so as you come in, you'll come down this walkway. There's a warm-up area we're going to go to now down here, and we'll go past the start. So you'll see everything on the day, but I'm just going to take you to the warm-up area.
So if you want to have a last little warm-up before you set out onto the course, we've got a few little obstacles here. So we've got monkey bars, a few little beams, a tyre flip, a couple of balance, a little slack line at the end. So a real nice area just to get warmed up, loosen up. You will be asked to use hand sanitizer before and after, okay? And there's also a section at the other end, just past the quarter pipe, where you can do a little bit of running, jogging to get warmed up as well.
Alright, so if there's any issues, we've got first aid here. Sean Wild will be first aid both days. We've got some backup as well, so just give us a shout if there's any issues. And we'll just take you to the starting pen. So you've got a little kind of queue essentially. Only 2 athletes will be allowed in here. So you've got 1 athlete in this area, and then
A little bit of football on the way through.
1 athlete in this area, and then we'll be called to the start essentially. And here's our start. You'll be asked to hand sanitize before you start, and there'll be a clock, and essentially the starting line official will say you have 1 minute to go, 30 seconds, 10, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go. And on go, you start.
So we're going to go have a little look at the course and see what it's all about. I hope you enjoy it. So you start with a short 25 metre just run straight up quarter pipe. Juniors, you'll be hitting the bell, which you can see just behind the rope here. Female males, you'll be going to the top and over. Okay, you've got a rope there for assistance. When you get round to the other side, it's a jump down. You must not climb down the scaffolding. Okay, so it's jump down from either a standing or a seated area onto the mats.
Yeah, so next up, ninja steps. You need to make sure you start behind the tape. You cannot touch the tape or have any part of your foot on the tape, either at the start or the end. And then essentially, you use your feet and run across all the ninja steps and jump over at the other end.
Again, your whole foot must have crossed the line at the other end. So even if the heel's slightly on, and that's going to be the same, look, if you have a little look, it's the same all the way through, that's a foul. So the next obstacle we've got is the dragon's back, or the mini dragon's back. So you start from a platform and it's a jump through, okay? Use the rope to get to the top. If you just hold tight there, one arm. Listen, we've got mats here. If you touch the straw bale or the mat, that's a fail, okay? So you must not, make contact with that. Using the rope to get to the top. And then you've got a ladder if you come around this side. You've got a ladder to climb down on the reverse until you can safely dismount.
Alright, so slack line, really important. You can touch this beam here, you can touch this at both ends, but you cannot touch this bar here, the horizontal bars. Even if you touch it by accident when you're on the slack line, it's a fail, penalty. So you can't touch these bars here, okay? But you can touch these. I didn't touch an idea, but you can touch these at the end, so you give yourself a bit of support as you get off, but not these bars.
Next up, we've got the tyre carry. 1 tyre if you're a junior or female, 2 tyres for males. Pick up the 2 tyres or 1 tyre, run it down, around the back, and it'll be quite obvious where the path goes. You'll then come back on this lane and you'll drop the tyres down. Must stay inside the box, otherwise you'll be asked to put them back. You'll be asked to come back and put them back. All right, so don't just dump them, put them back in the box.
All right, so lowish rig. So obviously you can touch these at the start, and then it's just the attachments, the rings and
big wheels.
The big wheels. You can't touch here or the straps, and then you just got to get yourself across, and you then need to dismount at this end.
And again, you can use the uprights as you dismount. So you'll be running up from pretty much down where the big cork pipe is. You'll be running up, and then you're going to be picking up some sort of weighted bag. Different weights depending on junior, female, male. That's
9 to 12 are just running, then no bags.
Oh yes, 9 to 12 just running. And then you'll just work your way down here, and we'll show you a little bit of the course.
Yep, so then you just underneath this, anywhere you want. Try and lift it.
What they've got to do is the bag goes over, you go over. So the bag goes under, how do we know that? Arrow right there, you go under. And then the same for the fish. You've got another over and another under. So as soon as you come under the last bar, work your way along, and it must stay, again, inside the square there. Okay,
So
really important.
This would not be acceptable.
Yeah, you'll be sent back and a telling off. And then it's a run.
Alright, really important here, because I know some people do it, you're not allowed to spit on your hands. That's a disqualification this race, any spitting on your hands, okay? This is a stairway to heaven. Your bell in your competition would be the nearest bell. There are some other bells like for later competitions, but just go to the nearest bell essentially.
Start from any board, that's the other thing.
Yeah.
Can't use the scaffolding to assist you getting up. So you can start from here, come across here, there's the kids' bell, gone through it. And then we've got the female bell from here, up. Make sure I complete it. And again, hit the bell to finish. Do you know
this bridge? Again, you can't use the scaffolding, but you can use the rope or whatever these things are called, and work your way across as quickly as possible. And you must dismount without touching the floor in between. So this is kind of your lung buster. This is the biggest running stretch. It's about 200 metres around the perimeter. So you go round and then you're going to come back round to the
rope climb.
Rope climb, yeah.
Okay, so we're on to the cargo balance combo now. So the male and female will be doing a rope climb so they can hit the bell and then they can get onto the cargo net and across. The juniors will not be rope climbing, they'll just be doing the cargo net all the way to the top. If you fail the rope climb, you still climb up the cargo net for male and female and then go on to the next section, which is the dismount. So just safely work your way down, and then we go on to the balance part of the combo. You can either go from a seated or a standing position. Oh, look at that. Lovely. And again, the same rule all the way through. Make sure the whole foot is past the line. Here's fine, foul. Okay, we're going to keep that right the way through. Okay, so we're just on to the little traverse here. Just make sure you start behind the line. That is a foul. As soon as that foot goes on, fouled. Just a reach out to the rope from here, and then we're going to work our way along the boards. Again, make sure you don't step on top, and make sure your whole foot clears the line at the end.
Cool, this is the bar traverse. You've got this ring that you can use to get onto the bar. I should add everything we said earlier. If you are a 9 to 12 child, your parent can help you onto the obstacle, so they could get you onto the ring. But they can't kind of obviously take you halfway across. And then once you hit the bell, the parent could lower you down if you want. But yeah, you start on here and you just work your way across. And at the other end, there's a bell. You just hit the bell at the other end.
Ding, ding. So you'll be coming running down and we turn nice sharp right into our rope traverse. You might need to, some of you might just jump straight through, spin round. Others can rope climb, and it's a rope traverse until you hit the bell. Can we see it? You'll be coming off, your bell, come through, and you've got a weight drag. Juniors, no weight drag. Females will be just the 20 there. Males are 20 and the 15. Must be dragged the whole time. No lifting it, unless you're just getting it started. And it's a drag right the way round. Back to here, okay? As you return it, must make sure the whole of it is inside that triangle there. If the straps are out like that, it's fine, it's just the weights need to be in it. And then you're running off this way.
Alright, so here is high rig 1 and you've got high rig 2. Basically, this whole frame is split into 2 rigs. So you just start there, obviously start on the beam here, the red beam, and then you can't touch the floor after that. Or any of the straps, or any of the reds after that, and then you're hitting this bell here, and then you can come down. So on the second rig, you start behind the line, and then you go from the rope, and then you've got a bell at the end to here.
Just note, guys, with this one, look, that's the end of the first one. Here's the start of the second one. So it's a quick jump down, and then off you go again.
So this is your hardest obstacle of the day. Coming under the cargo net.
so onto the jump and swing obstacle now. Start with a trampette up to the ledge, but James just going to show you something. That is a foul. So as soon as those feet, and you know, building a jump's fine, but as soon as you've attempted to get over and you land back on that trampette, it's a foul. It's up to the top. From here, you'll see a red bar. You might not be able to see it quite in that lighting now. It's a jump to the bar. Juniors will be jumping down onto the crash mats. They will not be going to the bar. Do you want to show that? Yeah, I think so. You jump to the bar, and there won't be a rope there for the males and females. Okay, that's just for the juniors, and I'll explain that bit in a minute. And I reckon that'll do. Okay, so you'll see where James was there. He'll carry on along the cargo net until he can hit the bell. Juniors, we said that you're jumping down, so that's correct. Jump down onto the mat, and then you've got a rope climb here. Obviously, there won't be a ring there, and then you'll work your way down the cargo net until you can hit the bell.
All right, so you've hit the bell here at the cargo net. You're then coming under here, onto this platform.
Just note, juniors, you are allowed to use the attachment to get up to the bar. You can do it. And dismount is by getting up onto the mat and jumping back down this side, where we go on to the penalties. All right, so you're going to be coming off of the monkey bars, and just note that it is a sharp right turn. It's all well marked out, as you can see. And then your athlete marshal is going to tell you how many penalties you need to do. If they say that you've got one, you'll do this loop that James is doing now. If you've got to do 2 penalties, you'll just come past this again and go on to your second lap. 3 laps, and so on. James is working pretty hard there. We've timed it. It should be around the 30-second mark, but I think he's gone for gold there. Good. And yeah, and again, it must stay in the box. Once you've done that, your athlete marshal guides you in the right direction, but essentially you're back out onto the track. Just to note, if you have no penalties, well done. Also, you'll just carry on along the running lap, okay? So you will not go into the penalty lap. But again, the athlete marshal will be there to help you with that. So you've done all the obstacles that have a penalty. You've done your penalty loops if you need to. You're now onto the finishing straight. You cannot foul these obstacles, although they are mandatory. Over the top of the tyres, you don't need to step in them. You're going to go for a jump. Either in or out, or jump over. Okay, and then over the top of the tyres, under the wheels, under the next wheel, and over the next thing. Now there will be arrows on this. Over, under, over, smack your back, and then it's a sprint to the line. Put your hand up as you go through the line for a space. There we go. Okay, so that's your finishing straight. Something to really get you burning. Yeah, just a last little burnout to finish.
So you finished. So essentially at that point, you're going to have a lovely medal laid out on this table. You hand sanitize. That is mandatory. That it will be disqualification, so don't get DQ'd for not hand sanitizing. And then what you'll do then is, unfortunately, as I said earlier, you will leave at that point. But please keep on to Facebook to check your results, see if you're in a podium position. There will actually be a board up here which we're trying to have the podium on, who's in the current podium spot, so you'll be able to see if you're in a podium position or not at that point, whether you should be hanging around to see if you can come back to our podium.
So we really hope you enjoy the course. Obviously, a lot of work gone into it. We've been, we've been down here all day marking it out, and we're really happy with what we've got for you. And I really hope that you enjoy a well-balanced, fair course.
Yeah. Once again, really hope you enjoy the course. Thank you to Scott and the PT Bar for hosting. They really have set up an amazing course for you guys. I hope you're going to enjoy it this weekend. Here's a lovely podium. So again, if you're in a podium position, the juniors will be able to tell you if you're in a podium position. No issues, you'll be fine. Female podium is at 1:10 PM, and the male podium is about 5:10, 5:15. So please arrive if you're in a podium position about 10 minutes before that time, okay? But we'll try and message you as well. You do not want to miss your podium, your big trophy. And yeah, have an amazing weekend, and thank you very much.
Say, just with the live feeds, we'll put links up with that. So you've got Mud and Glory, we've got OCR Audio, and Karen's going to be on and off on the PT Barn page as well, and we'll get them links up on the UKOSF page some point today or tomorrow. That's it. Cool.
Thank you very much.
Well, we'll see you over the weekend. Yeah. Good luck.